this Saturday. The Pain Game is live from Saudi Arabia with one of the best boxing cards of the year. 4 world titles are on the line, and it's headlined by the Mexican monster, David Benavidez. This man blasted his way through the super middleweight division to such a degree, he had Canelo running scared. Now he's moved up to the light heavyweight division, but standing in his way of an eventual showdown with Dimitri Bivol is Britain's own bad man, the beast from the east, Anthony Yarde. 2 of the most devastating punchers in boxing. There will not be a step backwards. Never has a fight guaranteed violence more than this one. And in the co-main event, Devin the Dream Haney is going up in weight to compete for a world title in his 3rd different weight class. The defensive technician will look to right the wrongs of recent performances, but standing in his way is one of the most exciting fighters in boxing right now, Brian Norman Jr. The champ has been on a tear lately, rendering everyone in his path unconscious. Oh, and this one, it's getting personal.
Never knocked out nobody at the top. I know he's gonna say, oh, well, you gonna be the first one. Yeah, okay, sound good. We've heard this before. I know that he has power. We all know they got power. But against guys we've never seen before.
Will Haney be able to avoid that destructive power and outclass Norman Jr., or will he relive the nightmares of the Ryan Garcia fight? I'll be honest, I hope so. Because if Norman Jr. wins this, boxing has a new superstar. This is defensive perfection versus violent destruction. With the winner of this rumored to be facing Conor Benn in 2026, it's all to play for. And we'll find out who's more dangerous here, a man with everything to lose or a man with everything to gain. Don't miss it this Saturday live from Saudi Arabia on the Pain Game. As you know, this weekend, it's the Ring 4. We are going to be live from Saudi Arabia, the main event, David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde. Benavidez, pound for pound, top 10 fighter, undefeated, an absolute Mexican monster. Can the Brit Anthony Yarde pull off the upset? He's shown he can perform at the top level against Beterbiev before. It's going to be an absolute war, but today we're talking about the co-main event. And as you're seeing in the intro video, that one involves Devin Haney, who, if you've watched the channel for a while, you know I can't fucking stand him. Yeah, my hatred for Devin Haney, it goes deeper than just Devin. I hate his whole family, I think. At least his dad. He just does my fucking head in. I mean, he has a clip of his dad before Devin Haney fought Ryan Garcia.
I told my son, go in there and kill him. And that's what it's going to be. So any parents or if you don't want your kids to watch this shit, then put him to bed.
Bearing in mind, after this fight, this man instructed solicitors to sue Ryan Garcia for the beating his son received. After you were saying beforehand, we're going to kill him. Oh, you could have killed my boy. That really just sums up Bill Haney. And look, it's not so much Devin's personality, which I think is totally fake. It's the way he fights that does me head in. Devin Haney can do 3 things in a fight, and none of them are entertaining. He can run like a coward, which he did in spectacular fashion in this amazing event in New York that he stunk out so badly. God forbid he throws a fucking punch. Here he is running again. And another thing he can do is hold, which he does constantly like a coward. We watch fighters because they're supposed to be brave. This man fights the most cowardly fight possible. Running and holding are his 2 favorite things. And even when he does throw a punch, even that's like, get in and out as quick as I can and run the fuck away. Like, no, and like, God forbid he throws more than 1 fucking punch, man. Honestly, he's the most cowardly fighter I've ever watched. And then when he's in the interviews, he talks so much shit, you'd think he was Mike Tyson in his prime. The only way he puts people to sleep is through trying to watch him have a fight. Now, luckily this weekend, Brian Norman Jr. might just have what it takes to finally silence this prick. And I'll get on to him in a minute, but the thing about Devin Haney that is even more frustrating is, it's not like he's not actually talented. Like, he's been in there with Lomachenko. He's been in there with top-level fighters. He has ability, but his mind is just all wrong for boxing. You know, he very rarely takes risks. And yes, we've enjoyed defensive fighters before, like Floyd Mayweather. But Floyd Mayweather, despite being boring in some fights, it wasn't anywhere near this level of safety first, drain the life out of you dog shit to watch. And I think part of the reason it's gotten so bad in the last fight is because of the beating he took from Ryan Garcia. Now, this was the first round, right? Ryan just smashes him with a left hook, and he obviously holds on for dear life. And to be fair, that's one of the occasions where I don't mind that. That's one time where you're allowed to hold on. He does it constantly. Never gets punished by the referees. It's like he's boxing royalty or something. But to be fair, he recovered, and this was against a Ryan Garcia who clearly hadn't been training very well. We remember the state he was in his pre-fight, videos. Ryan was only able to fight in spots in that fight. So occasionally he'd explode, and every time he'd explode, he would hurt Devin Haney every fucking time. And this is the Devin Haney who thinks he's so fucking good, so elite, that a hungover Ryan Garcia could just smash him whenever he fucking let his hands go. But Ryan wasn't able to keep the pace up, so he had to take these sort of lulls in the action and take a rest. And when he was doing that, Devin Haney just did not have the balls to put it on him. So this is round 4, right? Ryan Garcia has no interest in trading right now. He's recharging his battery. He's there for the taking. Haney just needs to stick it on him a bit, put his punches together, and it's the odd jab to the belly, the odd jab to the head. There's just no fucking risk taken. And you're like, you threw this fight away. Like, you had Ryan in a spot, a negative spot, and you just didn't even, and there again, another little body shot. That's all he's willing to do. He's such a scared fighter. I fucking hate his mentality. Look at this, man. Fuck me, man. He's against the ropes. Let your fucking hands go. That's what you have to watch. And to be honest, it's only gotten worse since then. Now, this was the first knockdown that Devin Haney suffered in that fight as Ryan Garcia let that left hook go. And I mean, the one thing I'll give him credit for is he was badly hurt here. You can see he can barely even put his hands in front of him. And he got up, right? And he showed some heart in there. But then when he gets up, there's nothing, man. There's nowhere near enough aggression. And a lot of people have talked about fighters like Anthony Joshua potentially having mental scars from previous fights. Yeah, maybe. And it's only natural that there will be some of that. But I've never seen anything like what we've seen from Devin Haney in his follow-up fight after the Ryan Garcia fight. Now, I'll take you through some parts of this fight, right? Because this is only round 2, right? Round 2, you're supposed to be getting after it a bit, And look at the fear. Every little move. And this is a Ramirez who was a bit over the hill, not a big puncher. He's treating him like he's in there with a fucking T-Rex, man. Like, people in Jurassic Park didn't run as much as this. For fuck's sake, mate. In a sport which is about bravery and about being a tough guy, and he's got no interest. Look at that. Times Square. Amazing situation to be putting on from the ring. What a venue, what a spectacle. And then you've got Devin Haney in there. Just fucking, no punches thrown, no interest in throwing. Just get me the fuck out of here and get me paid. It's just the absolute opposite of what people tune in for. And I'm sick of him getting away with it. And I really feel like in Brian Norman Jr., we have someone who's finally going to put an end to this shit. Now, this is Brian Norman Jr. And the reason I've got high hopes for him is shots like that. That's the kind of thing we want to see when we're watching Brian Norman Jr. and Devin fucking Haney. A knockout. Cold. And I don't normally say this, but the way fucking Bill Haney was giving it the whole, we want to kill the man. We want to kill him. I want this guy rendered unconscious so him and his dad will shut the fuck up and stop talking like big bad men when they run for their fucking lives whenever they step through the ropes. It's embarrassing. And just so you can get to know Brian Norman Jr., there's a little clip where they ask him to rate Devin Haney's fashion.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So it's 4. It was 4 of them. Mm-hmm. You recording? See, now this is what's wrong with the boxing game. We talking about fighting. He's over here showing me some fashion outfits, man. I don't care about what this man. Look at me, man. I got a $5 tee. You know what I'm saying? The world is yours. Pants, got some forces on. That's all you need, man. I'm telling y'all, the boxing game tough. We over here talking about fashion. Talk about fashion, man. We talking about fashion. Y'all seen his outfits? Come and rate them things. Man, I ain't finna rate no outfits, man. I don't care about no outfit, brother. I'm here to throw hands, and that's it. Throw hands and make bands.
So let's take a look at how Brian Norman Jr. won his welterweight world title. He won it against Giovanni Santillan, who was 32-0, older, more experienced, and honestly, a tough motherfucker. Santillan came in with a game plan of just sticking it right on Brian Norman Jr. And obviously, when we watch Devin Haney, he is not about that life, right? He runs for the fucking hills. And what I liked about Brian Norman is how he responds in the fire, right? You see here, he's getting backed up against the ropes and he doesn't run. He actually stands and exchanges and slips and keeps banging. There's a real gameness about this guy and a skill to it as well. He's very technically good. fucking right into the body, son. And he backs him up. Right, now who's the boss? And I've got to give credit to this Santillan because he fucking put it right on him from the fucking get-go. And this is the rounds are going by. He's getting clipped and he just keeps whacking him back. And I mean, this isn't great footage because he is taking some punishment. But I just love the fact that he's willing to do what Devin Haney won't do. And he just responds in a completely different way to Devin Haney to adversity. And as much as I think Devin Haney is a technically gifted fighter, he don't have the dog in him. He doesn't have this in him. He wouldn't do this. Not if his life depended on it. And some people say, well, maybe he should fight more small. Maybe, but I know what I'd rather watch. And this gives me fucking hope that we're finally going to get an exciting Devin Haney fight. Because to beat Devin Haney, you have to be willing to do what he won't do. And that's mix it. Take one to give one. Not let him just coast around and run away from you. And what I love is the relaxation that he gets in his punches. You see that he buckled Santillan there. And this was a fight he wasn't expected to win. He let him come on and he made his own pressure work against him. Beautiful uppercut there. And he looks at the commentators. You fucking like that, son. You like that. I like his style, this kid. He's got some star quality about him. He's not afraid to mix it up. If he can beat Devin Haney, which would be a fucking massive accomplishment given the fact that only one person has done it officially so far, although they did take Ryan Garcia's win away from him. And a lot of people think Devin Haney lost that Lomachenko fight. But this kid's only 23, 24 years old, and he's got bags of talent. The main concern is he hasn't fought at the Devin Haney level yet, and until you get there, we just don't know what he's going to be like. But I'll tell you what, he showed in this fight, there's no quitting him. He's not Devin Haney, and he will fuck you up, man. Like, and this guy brought the best out in him. I mean, look, this was a fucking war. Devin Haney's not even capable of having a war. Like, he's not even willing to throw at you when you're tired and won't exchange like the way with Ryan Garcia was. And this kid, the determination to fucking finish the job was beautiful. And look at that. Spectacular. Fuck me. This was his first title defense against a dangerous power puncher in Cuevas. And one thing I did notice that Devin Haney will be hyper aware of is that left hook there. Devin struggled with that with Ryan Garcia. It landed every time he really threw it properly. And he's good at going down to the body, disguising where he's going to go next to deliver the left hook. And as you can see, he double stepped in there, banged it up top, and he caught him flush with that and another left hook. And this is a real good punch for him by the looks of it. You already know Devin Haney is going to be fucking shit frightened of that. And this is the finish. The left hook lands and he's throwing it again, right? And the straight left behind it. Beautiful. And that was the fight over. I didn't want to continue. Now, this is the first round of his last title defense against Sasaki, who he fought in his own backyard, Usyk style. You see that the left hand lands in the first round, hurts him immediately. Yes, Devin Haney would watch that and go, well, that's not me. He's nowhere near my level. He's not, but he's still fucking impressive. He's a very dangerous puncher. And as you seen earlier, this is how the fight ends with Sasaki going all the way to hell. Like, they actually had to stretcher that guy out. Like, he couldn't even walk out. And if you're Devin Haney, I know Devin's like, yeah, he's not on my level, but you gotta be thinking like, fuck, I fucking hate power punchers. Because with a Devin, it is hard to hit him because he is on his bike. So when you do hit him, you need to make sure you have that dynamite to actually make it count. Now let's take a look at the face-off between these two.
The great Devin Haney, the Dream, and Debo Haney, and things of that nature. Boy, you bad, you feel me? So, after I beat this one, what can y'all say then? Who y'all gonna throw at me next? Because I'm finna walk through this one.
You don't believe that?
I don't believe that? Well, I'm gonna show you that.
You don't believe that?
I'm gonna show you that.
You don't believe that?
You've probably watched some of his fights, or at least highlights of his fights. When you see how he fights, what do you think of his style?
So I think that he can punch. I do think that. I'm not blind, not oblivious to it. I think that he can punch. But that's it. I haven't seen nothing else.
You've faced some power punchers, Ryan Garcia, certainly. Vasily Lomachenko, 135, could crack. Do you think you've ever faced someone with this kind of power?
I think everybody at the top got power.
This guy's in denial. Anyone's got power. That's not the fucking truth, though, is it? The levels at heavyweight, yeah, a lot of them have got power at heavyweight. At that weight class, power is very much unique to each individual fighter. It's not just everyone's got the same power. Ryan Garcia hit fucking hard. I think Brian Norman might hit harder. He may not have the speed to deliver it, but I think the force behind him, I think he's a stronger guy. Which means if Ryan Garcia can hurt you, well, you already know what may happen.
So of course he got power, but he's got power against guys we've never seen. I do think that he can punch. Don't get me wrong. I do think that he has power, but he's showing it against guys we've never seen before. I don't know these guys that he fought.
Jack, you don't know him don't mean nothing, Jack.
No, I've been boxing for how long? I've been at this top level.
Jack, you don't know these
people don't know these people. The world don't know these niggas.
I don't give a damn what these folks know or don't know. I know when I carry these gloves.
No, I do believe that. I do believe that you got power.
I might touch your arm and your ankle go break.
Yeah, okay. Sound good. It sound good.
I'm finna turn your meniscus.
It sound good.
You ever had your torn meniscus, brother?
And it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna never happen. You ain't gonna do it.
Walk out with an ankle brace on.
You ain't gonna do it.
Devin is on edge. I think he's acutely aware of the power. I think we may see the fastest Devin Haney we've ever seen in this fight because he's moving up a weight. He knows the higher the weight he goes, the harder the punches are going to be, and he's already been struggling with getting hit.
You do it to
we gonna need it, man. Gonna slide that thing up in after the first round.
Knock it off.
It's alright,
Knock it off.
It ain't gonna be too. It ain't gonna be.
He's really a bum.
Make it real
I really didn't want to say nothing, but he's really a bum. I never even heard of this nigga until 2 years ago.
Once again,
he just came out of nowhere. He's nobody. He's nobody.
The name don't matter. I'm finna make a name.
He's really pissing Devin off actually because he's trying to dismiss him like no one even knew you. It's like who gives a fuck? But by calling him a bum, you're doing yourself a disservice because you're fighting for a world title right now and you're saying he's a bum. Well, if he's a bum, you'll make it look easy then. And look, there's a lot of people online who say he's going to make it look easy because Brian Norman Jr. hasn't got the best footwork we've ever seen or the best jab necessarily. That's the argument. What Devin does really well, they're saying Brian doesn't do so well. So therefore, hey, it should be easy. I don't think it will be. I think it's going to be fucking hard personally.
You said a moment ago that he's a bum.
Yeah.
You think that?
Yeah, I do.
So you think champions are bumps?
Who?
So you think champions are bumps? You think anybody could be a champion?
What champion though? I think anybody can be a champion.
You think anybody could be a champion?
I think
So you've been training your whole life.
I think Jake Paul could be a champion.
I don't know about that one.
I think Jake Paul could be a champion.
All right, now you pushing it, Jack.
If you moved right, you can be a champion. If you moved right, you can be champion.
Is Devin Haney talking about himself there? I mean, he was a champion, but when was he really impressive? What is the Devin Haney performance where you're like, wow, I don't even know, especially lately. This guy might not have been fighting the biggest names, but at least he's fucking look good.
People we don't know,
and they know you, and you finna be on that list.
They knew me.
You finna be on that list.
I've been at the top.
I think this is like a security blanket for Devin Haney of like, I've fought bigger names than you, therefore you can't be on my level. It's something he's been telling himself over and over and over again to make himself feel better about. He's watching this guy spectacular knockouts and thinking, yeah, but you're not on my level because you haven't fought the same names. He had to think of something. And technically, he's right. But that goes out the fucking window when you're throwing fists at each other. Doesn't matter who's on your resume or who's on his resume. One thing that did make me laugh about this face-off is there's a moment where Devin Haney starts dropping Floyd Mayweather lines and Brian Norman remembers it and recognizes it and calls him out on it, and it really fucking pisses Devin off.
You violate, I'm gonna have to demonstrate. You violate, I'm gonna demonstrate.
Well, stop trying to let flow, but you trying to steal quotes and stuff.
You trying to steal quotes, brother. You violate, I'm gonna demonstrate.
I want y'all to play them tapes back.
You already know what I say. You violate and I demonstrate.
You trying to steal Floyd whole flow. Real quick, brother. You can't sit here and try to take everything that man did and just run it. Run your own play, brother. You know what I'm saying? Sit here and
you on my so
you
hard.
Floyd,
you really a fan. You really a fan. I'm not on no nigga.
Get your own stuff, man. Get your own style. Get your own. Get your own little. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got your own swag going on, brother.
And I can only imagine for Devin, who studied Floyd like cover to cover, right? He's read the book 10 times over. For him to drop those lines and Brian Norman immediately go, I know where you got that one from. Because I studied him too. I'm a student of the game too. It's just, you've been called out for copying someone else's homework. And look, I know face-offs don't mean everything, but when Devin Haney is such a full of himself guy, considering the way he fights especially, and then he gets called out on that, it just makes him look like such a mug. And I've got high hopes for Brian Norman in this. Obviously, as you can tell, like I really like the way this guy fights. I like the skills. I like the heart, the desire, the grit and determination about him. He's everything that Devin Haney isn't. It's just, is Devin Haney's things that he's good at gonna pose too much of a problem in getting a hold of him when he's on his bike, constantly doing the job, nicking rounds? Are you willing to get into a firefight and force him to trade with you, run after him, catch up to him? It's gonna take a lot of energy. But I think because Brian Norman is happy to take one to give one, he's got a chance. And hopefully that will be the end of Devin Haney in big fights. I am praying we see the back of him, especially because Brian Norman, if he wins this, he's a star. And then we've got something we can really use. We could put him in fights against Conor Benn, against Ryan Garcia, fun fucking fights, those. But we'll find out live this Saturday from Saudi Arabia. We'll be live on the Pain Game. Don't forget the main event, David Benavidez versus Anthony Yard. That is going to be a motherfucking war. Can't wait for that one. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the Pain Game, and we'll see you there Saturday night live in Saudi Arabia.